Boom! Hey everyone, welcome to another special episode of Go Live, and we're wrapping up the sorcery of E3. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining us. Apologies for yesterday's stream that we were supposed to do. It was a combination of technical issues, and also because Capcom's show was so shit, we decided not to bother doing it. So, yeah, thank you so much for joining us. This show, we've chopped and changed things a little bit. Didn't want to make it just about Nintendo because that was also kind of maybe shit. No, it's not. Some people thought it was the best. It's redeemed E3, right? We're getting to the source. But what we're going to do is actually bring it back and wrap up E3. We've got a Go Live show on Saturday as well. But, you know, what a good... This is the best time. Best time to wrap up E3. So here we go. Swim in the source. Guys and girls in chat, please also suggest any topics as well, because it's going to be... This is going to be very community-driven. I'm going to ask the gents questions about how they perceive the show. You know, various questions about, you know, which games were their favorite, blah, 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 blah. But I'm also going to ask you guys as well. Please let me know in the chat, and I'm going to be reading them out. So, yeah, a bar space, thank you so much, because gang shit. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Gang, ready to go. Do we have 3 seconds to discuss the Namco E3 show? Yeah, and those 3 seconds are up. Yes, but before we go to introduce the lovely gents, let me introduce the co-founder and co-host, Asa. How are you, sir?
Yeah, I'm really good. Thank you, Safe. Thank you. I like E3. I enjoy it. I enjoy all the news and stuff. Well, E3? Was it E3 or was it just the Xbox show? I don't know. I enjoy it anyway, but I'm looking forward to tomorrow when I actually get to play some games again. It's been a little while. Busy covering all of this. Can't wait to get a controller in my hands. Play some stuff.
Yeah. Absolutely, especially after E3. Yeah, that's the feeling you should be getting. I can't wait to get a controller and play some of these amazing dank games. But yeah, we'll find out what your favorites are, because you're an elusive little character with some intriguing tastes. Joining us is another part of the GameOnDaily familia. It's my brother from another mother, the Falafel King, aka Seth. Zaki, how are you, brother?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm good. How are you guys doing?
I'm good, man. Good. Get better now that you're here.
Ooh. Thank you. You're so kind. Oh, isn't he sweet guy? Isn't he the sweetest?
Thank you so much for joining us today. And wearing that Nintendo 64 shirt.
Oh, yeah. Represent, man. Represent.
That's good.
The greatest, most powerful, fastest console in the world.
Yeah.
In 1996.
Yeah. And last but certainly not least is a gentleman who I always love having on our show. I had the pleasure of joining him on XNC and Cole Eastwood's podcast yesterday, or today, if for that matter, actually, for us in the UK. Miles Dompierre of Windows Central Gaming. How are you, sir?
Oh, I'm good. I'm excited to get on with you guys. E3 is done officially. There's one more thing to look forward to this week in the Xbox camp with that Thursday extended showcase. But the bulk of E3 is done. We made it. We're on the other side. Yeah, things can settle down, and we can look forward to the just gang of games that we saw this year. So
absolutely, yes. People chat. I'm going to get into some topics now. Please make sure you let me know what your impressions and your answers were, and I'm going to try and discuss them with the guests as well. But I'm going to go straight into it, straight into the source. I want to ask you, Miles, what was the biggest highlight of E3 for you?
The biggest highlight of just one? I only get to pick one? That's how we're doing this?
Just one. Okay, wait.
Let me give you the Holy Trinity then. Let me
give you the Trinity.
The Holy, and I'm going to bundle in Summer Game Fest. This might be controversial for some folks, but I'm including Summer Game Fest into this Holy Trinity here. So let me hit you. Number one, Elden Ring, y'all. Elden Ring gameplay reveal. They did it.
Is that in order? Is that like your number one?
That's number one. That's number one for sure. Number one, Elden Ring gameplay reveal. Jeff Keighley did it, y'all. The Mad Lad somehow got the gameplay reveal for the biggest game of this entire week, which is saying a lot because there was a lot of really cool games shown. But I'm a Souls simp, so that took the cake for me. Elden Ring number one. Number two, the Pirates of the Caribbean cross Sea of Thieves collab. Rocked my socks. I knew it was coming. We had that information leaked, and I was like, "Ooh, that sounds awesome. That sounds really cool." My expectations were low. I was like, "We're gonna get like Jack Sparrow, like sitting in a corner, and you can talk to him." He's like, "Go get a chest." But
You
no, they
kind of
went.
look like Johnny Depp, actually.
Oh,
Yeah, you got kind of
Minus all the scandals.
Oh,
and
give me
stuff,
Yeah,
but
I mean, 10 years ago
Pre-Amber
that would have
Heard.
been fire. Now I'm like,
Free Amber Heard Johnny Depp when he's still healthy and sing. Where's the rum gone?
But yeah, they went all in with that crossover, and that I'm not gonna lie, we did a live stream for that, and I was reeling from that reveal for like 3-4 games. I was like, they went hard. They added the mermaids, they added these crab monsters, seeing Davy Jones emerge out of the water. I was like, damn, this team did it. I'm sure the folks at Rare are so stoked after that reveal, because I interviewed them in January and I asked them point blank, like, yo, where are the mermaids at? You've been teasing this since before launch, and we are still only fighting skeletons. Where are the mermaids?
Yeah.
And they gave me a little smirk, and I was like, whatever. I know they're working on it. Well, I didn't know they were working on it in this way, so I was like, hell yes. Yeah. Number 3, which is probably on no one else's top 3 list ever, Evil Dead the game. Let's go.
Evil Dead the game. Wow.
Jeff Keighley curated, cultivated the finale of Summer Game Fest for me as an individual, me personally. He looked into my soul right before he revealed those 2 games, and he did it. Because I was joking, like, that's one we live streamed as well. I was joking at the start, and I was like, Jeff is saving the 2 most hype announcements for the very end. It's going to go Evil Dead the game and then Elden Ring. And no shit, he did that. That's how he ended Summer Game Fest. Evil Dead followed by Elden Ring. So as much as I love the Xbox Showcase was incredible. Homie Jeff slam dunked that finale for me.
Wow, that's a very divergent view from what a lot of people I've heard. I would have said that was an absolutely dog shit show, but sorry, I won't swear, apologies there, but you adding another perspective, which is good, guys. My view isn't the right one. Evil, and my head said, I was sure it was about the Evil Dead the game. He also said that as well. Tunic demos, crazy.
Yeah, someone said in the comments,
a person with taste in the chat. Oh, I love this dude.
A fellow gentleman, I see.
It's Evil Dead the game.
That's good. Those are very interesting choices. What do you think? The Simp Army's views representing mine, though, as hard as it is. And shit, it's Colt Eastwood in the chat.
Oh, what up, Colt?
God, baby Colt. So that's interesting. Colt Eastwood. One man, one desire to create
on
content.
a mission.
What about you, Safe? What are your highlights of an E3? Because I know you're both a Nintendo guy, so I just
I'm a Nintendo guy. I don't know how you would guess such a stupid thing. I mean, so don't be so silly. Ridiculous concept. But I did love that. Not love, that's a strong word. I liked the Nintendo Direct presentation. But if we're doing top 3, I got to give the number 1 spot to the Halo stuff. Without a shadow of a doubt. I mean, that's an obvious choice, but the multiplayer stuff in particular, I rewatched it again, and it's so just. I went and played Halo 3 just in case, to remember what it's like. I love it, and it took me back, nostalgic feelings. All the feels were there. I just love it, man. That was brilliant. Number 2. Let me just check my notes. I don't know. You put me on the spot because I thought we were going to just discuss Nintendo and how they won E3. But no, I'm joking. I'll tell you what. I'll give it to The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild 2, or whatever the title's going to be, footage or trailer. That was really interesting, and I was trying to do like a trailer breakdown analysis because there's quite a few interesting elements that we can discuss later.
Very brief, though.
Hey, Colt saying hi. Hi, Colt. I love you. It was very brief. It was very brief, but actually, there was a lot of things to unpack there. So there's quite a few things, interesting stuff in that trailer. What do I say for 3? 3 is it's a toss up between the Forza Horizon footage or I haven't frozen. I'm still here. I don't know. You know what? I'm going to go with Interstellar, just because I'm really, really intrigued by that. Not Interstellar. What the hell? Starfield. That's the one. I promise I'm a gamer, guys. I promise. I'm also a film buff, but sometimes my wires get crossed. Sometimes I get crossed. But yeah, Starfield.
You had one job, so.
One job. My one job is to make the lols, man. I'm doing my job. Come on. Now, Starfield. Yeah. So I'm just really, really intrigued by it, and I want to know more. I want to see more. Yeah, those are my top 3.
Interesting choices, because the 2 things that you picked, we didn't see much of it. We didn't see much of Zelda Breath of the Wild 2, although it has intrigued me. So has Starfield. But very interesting choices. Interstellar, yeah.
Thank you.
Brilliant. Well done, Safe. Well done. Asa, did anything excite you? Does anything ever excite you in life?
Very much. So my choices are actually like really mundane, obvious choices as well. I'm trying to think of something that will be like a little bit like, whoa, nobody says that, but they're really obvious choices.
Yeah.
No, they're really obvious choices. It's like,
so Evil
Halo.
Dead's on your list too? Or?
That's 4th probably.
Runner up.
I don't know. I saw the demo of that. I saw some guy in like medieval armor running around. It didn't look particularly good, but I don't want to argue. So you can have that as 4th. Halo was on there because I love Halo, and it showed up looking like you want it to. It's a difficult one for me to say Forza Horizon 5. I'm going to say it, but I was previously sworn off of playing any racing games outside of a virtual reality headset. So for me to say Forza Horizon 5 is actually quite significant. I know these are great games. I always wanted them to come to me. I am saying it.
In pancake racing game. You like
I play a racing game in a tedious pancake mode, staring just forwards, like I don't know, like a caveman. Just never seen a real car. I'd do that for Forza Horizon 5 because it looked that good.
Well, 1010 if you're not 1010 Playground, if you're listening to that, that's high praise from someone like Asa. He incessantly goes on about how he can't handle pancakes.
Only particularly for racing games. I mean, I love VR anyway. Like, it's not a secret, but for racing games, it's a night and day difference. I much prefer to play with a headset on. And the third one, because I'm never going to pick anything that's a CG trailer or doesn't show gameplay. The other one that did it for me was Stalker 2.
Stalker 2! Good shout. Good choice.
But to me, I guess your choices are always obvious to you, but I think those are fairly predictable choices that a lot of people would share. That's my 3.
Yeah, no, those are solid 3s. Someone in chat says Chaos. What the hell is Chaos? Did I miss it?
Chaos. You know Final Fantasy, man.
I'm here to kill chaos.
Chaos. Everything's chaos.
God. That was absolutely crap.
God, awful trailer.
Who said chaos? Get out of it. Oh, it's Tony. Of course it was Tony. Get out.
Tony, you just behave yourself, sir.
Logic says Xbox made the best case for the future. Nintendo won E3. I swear to God, Logic. Okay. Wow. Simply for the sheer volume of games coming out this fall. I guess you can make a case for it. He says the Nintendo show was no joke. SMT5, Metroid, WarioWare looks fun. I'm not even going to say what Danganronpa something. A Monster Hunter, Stories 2, Pokemon Diamond Pearl, all coming out this year.
Yeah, not to be scoffed at. Come on, guys. Come on.
I was exactly that was scoff at it. You make me sick. Khalid Amajoud says, interestingly, Forza Horizon 5 was probably most like running on a high-end PC. It will be 4K 30 instead of 60 FPS. Well done, Microsoft. Khalid, you've got some old information. You must be using the defunct Internet Explorer browser because it's now being preferred. They do 4K 60 as well. How did you like that, Khalid?
Yeah, Khalid.
Yeah, Khalid. Come on, man. You got to get up with your info. Bandai Namco won E3. Abbas, how dare you say that? Does anyone care what I think? No, they don't. So probably go to the next one.
No, you have to say what you think. Go.
You have to say your 3. Come on now.
Okay. So these are very obvious ones. Actually, very similar to what Asa said. So it's the Halo. It's Forza. I'm such an expert, right? It's Halo, Forza. And I'm trying to be different as well, like you, Asa, and not be a bit obvious. But in fact, it's the same as yours. It's actually Stalker 2. I mean, look.
I
Halo,
all
man.
of Gaz's opinions.
Yeah, he does. He does. Or including the source. Everything that happens in the source is all Asa. Everyone, every person. He's the puppet master. But Game Pass won E3, to be honest. Logic, you saved yourself. Thank you so much for that. What was the best moment, Miles, of E3? The best moment.
The best moment overall. I mean, I don't want to be a broken record here.
Yeah, that's fine.
But the Elden Ring reveal for me. Like, I have never seen a game have such a cult following in my life, ever. The build up to that reveal has been this just movement in the underground, in the dark web. Like, the
That's because of
Elden Ring-
Jeff Grubb. Jeff Grubb operates in the dark web.
Yeah, exactly. Jeff Grubb.
That sounds a bit dodgy, but
Just seeing that reveal, seeing Jeff's face, like Jeff almost tearing up that he's getting this, like getting the Elden Ring gameplay reveal. Like, 'cause I'm sure behind the scenes, like people were killing each other to get this gameplay reveal. So that was again, Dark Souls 3.
That
in my
surprised
opinion,
me. I thought it didn't exist at one point.
Yeah, people were like, it's in development hell. It's never coming out. And for not only for us to see gameplay, but then have a release date that's like 7 months away. It's like,
Is this 7 months away? I didn't even know that.
January.
Oh, January's closer than I thought it was.
Yeah.
This year is flying past, man.
Yeah.
So yeah, for me, again, as much as I love the Xbox show, I'm sure we'll get into that a little bit more, but Xbox show killed it. Xbox show did not have the Elden Ring moment for me personally.
Okay, no, fair enough. Elden Ring has a definite cult following. I'm interested in it, but interesting to see how that game holds up.
Do you know, I'm really curious to know though, because I know that Mars, you were like obviously anticipating Elden Ring so far in advance, and you had that moment. But was there any world where they revealed a trailer that you were disappointed in? Because I don't think it was a particularly good trailer. But...
I thought the trailer was. For fans of the game, and I think it showed exactly what fans wanted to see. It showed the multiplayer, it showed the scale of the world, it showed the epic boss battles. So I loved the trailer. I've watched that trailer 10 times now, at least. But yeah, there was the fear that maybe they show something and you're kind of whatever. Because I remember the leaked footage that came out, and the tone of the trailer felt like a cheesy Lord of the Rings animated series, like the narration and the vibe. And I was like, oh, is that what they're going for? Are they making this like campier? But then the trailer came out and it's exactly what you wanted and would expect from a From Software trailer. Cryptic as fuck.
Yeah,
and that's pretty much it.
It is, but I like that. I like that in a trailer.
Yeah, it's got that air of mystery though. It's really intriguing.
And I love the enemy types, the Lovecraftian designs of them.
The enemy designs are phenomenal in that trailer.
I know, but that guy looks like he has a bell hanging from his testes. I mean, how amazing does that look?
I mean, they're obviously inspired by me from those photos I sent on Twitter a couple of years ago. But I mean, I didn't get any royalties, but it's fine. You guys can use them as you please. Fine.
Oh man, yeah. I mean, the game's besides being modelled by around the same testicular region, the game is actually. It looks really like, I wouldn't say raw fidelity visually. I mean, it's nice actually. It's actually nice, but it's more the art style that carries it really well. And at one point I thought, before we even saw the game, would it actually be any good? But I'm loving it. Loving it. It reminds me of Sekiro, which I haven't played yet because I'm a fraud. But there you go. But yeah. What was your best moment of E3, say?
The best moment. I'm going to go with the Zelda, the Breath of the Wild.
Breath of the Wild?
Yeah, I mean the Xbox show was fantastic throughout the whole thing, but I was really, really looking forward to that in particular. So for me, that kind of. Did it match expectations? I was hoping for more. I was hoping for gameplay, a proper title. But it just looks really, really cool. I love the art direction. The graphics as well seems to have taken a hike up from the first game. Obviously, this is made for the Switch rather than cross-generation. That was Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
That was cross-generation, right? Yeah, because it was on the Wii U, wasn't it? Yeah. But this one, so it looks really intriguing, and I can't wait to get into it and learn more about it. So that was really exciting for me. Personally.
Yeah, that's a good choice. It's a good choice. I got really hyped when I saw it. I'm like, oh my god! I was hoping it would be closer to release, but at least we know it is coming. Unless
it exists.
Any delays, it exists as well.
Yeah.
Asa, what was your biggest moment of E3? And also, chat, tell me what your biggest moment of E3 is, because a lot of people are saying. Khalid says it's a shitty E3 is, and I know he says that, but Sony wasn't there. I know you, Khalid. Don't even try. But Asa, what was your biggest moment for E3?
I'm going to list 5 because I can. Okay, and they're going to be related to the
okay. Tell us what you want.
I can mute everybody else so I can do 5. It's fine.
It's fine.
What should I eat?
It's related to my list of the top games, and they're my top games because they're the ones that got me the biggest reactions. One of them was Halo. just because the amount of joy we were watching it together and the amount of joy in the chat when that came and nailed it was just a moment. So that's the question. That was one moment. Yeah, good. The other ones, there were 4 times that Forza Horizon put up what looked like a photo, kept it there for a little while, and then a car drove across.
Yeah, my head says the same thing. Yeah.
That's my other 4, so that's 5 I've just listed there for you.
Really? What? Okay. Well, I'll take that as 5. But yeah, my head says the same thing. And actually, I was just about to say the same thing. Same best moment for me was Forza Horizon 5. Like, you assume, okay, they're showing Mexico, and this is where the game is modeled. And then, boom, car passes. Like, wait, what? What?
That was real.
This is it. Uncanny Valley has arrived. And I know it's a racer, but an arcade racer like that, which made, guys, girls, do you know how crazy Forza Motorsport is going to look? A purely next-gen only game, which will most likely be better looking because it's more restrictive in design. It's not open world.
Well, you can put more detail, presumably.
Yeah, you can. Although it's supposed to be doing a lot of other things under the hood. Oh god, and Cole Eastwood's crap puns have infected me. But yeah, that's for me. For me, it was just, it's so nice, man. I can't wait to.
It's gorgeous, yeah, absolutely amazing.
Gorgeous. This is going to be a copy and paste of. Actually, I was going to say the biggest surprise of E3, but there wasn't that many surprises. But Miles, what's your biggest surprise for E3? And are you going to say Elden Ring again?
No, actually, I knew Elden Ring was coming. I knew Elden Ring was coming.
Inside the source.
Yeah. There's too many people telling me that it was coming for it to not show up. And the last time people said it was coming and it didn't, heads were rolling. So people have been very scared to say that Elden Ring is coming. So I knew that one was coming. So that wasn't necessarily the biggest surprise. I would have been more surprised if I did not see Elden Ring, honestly. The biggest surprise for me, it would have been that Back 4 Blood was launching in Game Pass. Had that not been spoiled like by the premiere video of the Back 4 Blood like gameplay trailer, because everyone is expecting Battlefield. Everyone was expecting Battlefield to be the game coming to Xbox Game Pass in October. And
wait. Back 4 Blood is coming to Xbox Game Pass.
Day 1, baby. Back 4 Blood.
That's on the list. That's on the list, bro.
So that would have been the moment.
I didn't know that.
Something else to get excited about now.
This is the biggest surprises right today, right now.
So surprising, didn't even
bloody
see it
hell!
coming
Back 4 Blood is on bloody Game Pass day 1.
Yes. So had that not been spoiled by that premiere, that would have been my Gatorade get hype moment. Because I was gonna pay $100 for Back 4 Blood. I'm all in. There was no question in my mind that I was gonna shell out however much it cost to buy that. But having that day 1 in Game Pass, ooh-wee.
Ooh-wee. Ooh. Who's that thing in Rick and Morty that goes, ooh-wee?
Yeah. I forget.
I was thinking of Snoop Dogg when he does ooh-wee.
Ooh-wee. Put it in the air.
In the air.
Put it in the air. I used to think he said arse at the end. Put it in the air. Sorry, I should have. Yeah, that's a bit raw. But I did not know that about Back 4 Blood. That is, wow. Wow, that's amazing. Game Pass is killer. If I knew that, I'd have reacted bad. Oh, that's
you would have reacted more?
More. Yeah, that's true. It's just probably good for my health, my heart rate. What was your highlight? Biggest surprise, say, of E3?
My biggest surprise was the Metroid Dread reveal. Because I was really expecting, and I was disappointed that we didn't get any Metroid Prime 4 for the 3rd or 4th year in a row. Okay, but looking at you, Nintendo, I've been tweeting you. Reply to me, man. What's going on? Anyway, but Metroid Dread, I mean, this was rumored back on the GameCube days. You know why? Because I remember seeing it in Metroid Prime.
Wow, I didn't know.
In Metroid Prime on the GameCube, there's you can scan like logs and data banks or whatever. Hey, I've got a fly in my room too. What's going on here?
It's like a giant moth.
Bastard. Anyway, so in Metroid Prime, you can scan one of these logs, and they tell you about the Metroid Dread project. Okay, that was 2002. I've been waiting since then for Metroid Dread, and they told me it's going to be on the 3DS. Yeah, and so I was really pleasantly surprised by it. And it's a 2D. It's the first new 2D Metroid game in 19 years.
Oh, I did not know.
Think about it for a second. That's nuts.
Have I shaved?
And looks pretty cool.
The camera.
What'd you say?
I think I've shaved unevenly. Look.
Why are
That's
you
the
interrupting me with your personal problems? I'm trying to get
Sorry.
about
My ADHD is kicking in. But yeah, yeah, that's amazing. I did not know that about Metroid. You know,
Yeah,
I
man.
need to get into that. But that
do
game
it now.
This could be my do it now. My first 2D Metroid game. Yeah. What's up, Neil in the chat? Asa, what was your biggest surprise?
Probably, there was this one guy that said the Evil Dead game was one of the best games there. That was probably the moment I was like, what?
I think that's just a scientific
Shade.
fact more than it's a surprise, but okay. Oh, okay.
Well, I was surprised by this scientific fact, but I'm probably... It doesn't have to be positive, does it? I'm surprised by how little everybody else brought.
Yeah, that's a
I'm
good point.
surprised by how little the third parties brought to the show. That's my biggest surprise for E3, which is a little bit sad.
Not all surprises are good, so yeah, that's a fair point.
Yeah. No, that you know what? Generally, I would rate this as a really poor E3, except Xbox carried it for me. I know you're going to say, "Guys, I'm such an expert." Of course, you're going to say that.
No,
But I'm the one who
as well.
Devolver Digital.
Devolver Digital was a good one. That was solid.
They're always really good. But I think I missed that one. Oh, that
didn't see
sucks.
it.
Okay, maybe that's why. I love Devolver Digital because they always did. Last year's one was mental. At the height of the pandemic as well. Respect to Devolver Digital.
Just to give them a little shout out of the stuff that they've been doing on their Monetization Plus service. Like they've got this mock-up service called Monetization Plus, and they're basing their E3 around it. Like, they're great. You know what they do.
Exactly. You know who they remind me of? Us with the Source. See, they're so self-aware. They don't give a damn, and that's us, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be a saucy
Oh.
Ooh, sauce me up, come on.
one. Get ready to get sauced, everyone in chat, and you guess. Miles, you get to lead on this one.
Uh-oh.
Which game had the best visuals? Remember, your answers are going to be
Okay. Best visuals is the
Best visuals.
classifier.
best visuals at E3, guys.
Okay, Forza Horizon 5. No question.
Oh yeah, okay, good.
Forza Horizon 5 looked phenomenal. I don't care about racing games
Yeah.
really at all, but
Okay.
I left stoked after watching the Forza Horizon 5 breakdown.
Yeah.
Like again, those scenes where they have just the slow pan shot and you're looking at the desert and you're like, well, where's this gonna go? What's going on? And then you see the car drive by with the little gamer tag above and you're like, oh damn, this is a video game. Listening to them talk about every single individual needle on the cactus is modeled. And you're like, why though? It looks great, but why? Why are you doing this? So there were so many moments in that where I was just looking at the water, looking at the volcano, looking at the jungle, and just being like, God damn, this is a video game that's coming out this year. We're gonna be able to play this in a few months. This is ridiculous. So yes, visuals for me, Forza Horizon 5 by a lot. That game looked.
That's amazing because I would have never guessed it would have been Forza Horizon 5 prior to E3. What are you, Safe?
Yeah, it's an obvious one. So I would say Forza Horizon 5. I'm just trying to think of anything interesting to just to be different.
What else was there that came close though?
Graphically, if you're talking about detail and texture, nothing really came close. Halo obviously impressed us visually. Is definitely a big step up from the last time we saw it. But it didn't wow me visually. It just looked really good. Simple as that. You know what I mean?
I agree.
But I'm just trying to think of anything that looked visually interesting. Oh, I got it. Well, I forgot what it's called now. Hang on. It's one of the Xbox ones. It's the Interstellar. It's great. Yeah, Chris Nolan looks fantastic in 4K. I mean, he's not in it. He actually directed it. Wait a minute. Getting my facts wrong today. What was it? You know, it's the 2D with sprites. Remembrance,
replaced, something like that.
Replaced.
Is it that one? Yeah, that looked pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just intriguing. So art style and all that kind of business.
Yeah. Shout out to those guys. And shout out to the indies who are like that.
The indies, they're smacking it.
There's another one starting with E. Elysium? Oh, no, what the hell was it called? I forgot what it's called.
Somerville was another standout.
Somerville's good. Oh, I remember the Plague's Tale. Plague's Tale.
I know. That's...
But that was CG. That was CG, though.
It was in game. I'm telling you, Jason Schreier.
Jason Schreier.
Yeah. And don't say anything against me. I'll block you.
Miles can't say shit. Welcome to the source. What you say, Miles, about Jason? Huh? We punched her. You don't know. What are you gonna say? Jason, if you're watching this, hi. So Asa. Oh man, he has no idea what's coming. No, anyway, no spoilers. Asa. What's the game with the best visuals at E3?
This guy's dying.
Right,
Oh,
I'll upset some people. So Forza Horizon 5 was clearly the stunner, but it's also, for me, if you show games in a special 30 frames per second mode, that's the modern day bullshot. Okay, because that's
bullshit. What are you
it's a mode that's not intended to be played. Right, it's there to look
what
nice.
do you
Forza
mean?
Horizon
Just because you're such a bloody for graphics like fiend doesn't mean it's not a mode to be played. You put 30, guys in chat, can we throw tomatoes at Asa? Do you know what he just said? He goes 30 FPS is the modern day bullshot.
30 FPS makes me sick.
Such a snob. Such an FPS snob.
No. So I mean, I actually can play certain things at 30 frames per second, but you're not going to play Forza Horizon 5 at 30 frames per second. Tell me, are any of you going to do that?
If you can help it, try to get it in.
Maybe
You can help it. You can help it. There's an option in the game. They're letting you have 4K 60 or 4K 30 that looks like that. Okay?
Yeah.
And it looked incredible, right? I'm not trying to downplay it.
Logic is throwing tomatoes at you.
That's fine. I'll take the tomatoes.
He's throwing a few random thoughts at you. There you go.
And bear in mind, I did list this as like my most impressive moment of E3 as well. So I get it, they're incredible, but I just want to give a different answer to everyone else and try them really hard.
And I'm just crucifying you for it.
So I'm gonna go for Stalker 2 because that also looks beyond anything current gen in terms of, and that's got people in it which are harder to do than cars and scenery, right?
That's a good point.
So I'm gonna, just for the sake of giving a little variety in the answer, I'll take the tomatoes. I'm saying Stalker 2.
The best teeth in the game.
Best teeth in the game, yeah. Best
hair.
teeth. Best hair. Best facial animations. Best gun design. I didn't kill her. That rail gun. I call it rail gun.
The rail gun. That was sweet.
Electricity gun or something. Oh my! Look at the design of it. It's just, whoever the artist is of that Metro game, you are a genius. What? In loads of things. I've never not Metro. Metro.
Guys, mixing up your franchises into stuff.
Yeah. if you guys don't, but yeah. But you know what's funny is with Stalker. You may remember this, Asa. Remember when Stalker 1 was coming out on the PC? That looked really impressive back then as well, and people were like, oh wow. I remember being really like fanboying over the original Stalker, which I criminally never got to play, which is sad. But yeah, it's okay. That's good. My choices would be, I would say, a Plague's Tale Requiem, only because it looked so. It said in engine, but like Miles. I'm like, that's got to be CG because that looks too good. I just don't believe that that's in engine. Not because I mistrust the studio. It just looked too curated, too good. I don't know. It was very scripted, obviously. It's like a cinematic thing. But that to me, yeah. Metroid looked amazing, Cosmo. In terms, you're not talking about visuals. Sorry. It's just the general. Yeah.
Oh yeah, visually no, but
no, visually no. I think he's talking about how good it looks as a game. Yeah. No, it does. Metroid.
What else though? Looked absolutely like stunning, but it was quite a dry trailer and we didn't see a lot. But Starfield.
Oh yeah.
The lighting and the material detail in there. Was phenomenal. I don't know. How much
although you mispronounced Interstellar,
I did mispronounce Interstellar, but the lighting and the way that the materials are lit in there, it's the only other thing that I've seen that really looks like that. If you remember the first Gran Turismo 7 trailer where they did the internals of the car, so it's not gameplay footage, but they've got all that ray trace global illumination and the materials look real. Starfield had that vibe, like the materials.
Does Starfield have ray tracing?
So good. I'm not going to speculate on what they do because I don't know yet. It could well be doing that. I mean, they tried to show off some reflections. They're probably saying ray tracing, but there's so many ways that you can light things now. Like you got Unreal Engine 5 is using Lumen. There's equivalents to ray tracing, and what Creation Engine 2 is doing, I don't know. It just looks really good. Is what I know right now.
Yeah. I'm really hyped for Starfield. King David gave me so much hell yesterday. Hey, Miles, for liking the trailer because he got like the trailer. Got like CGI. King David. It's gonna be a great game. Oh, RG Viper X. Hey, how you doing, man?
Gonna say.
Yeah.
Flight Simulator.
But exactly, yeah. I was going to say that as well. Flight Sim, well said. Flight Sim is just astounding. It's like real life. If you've played it on PC, my PC chugs away at it. But yeah, The Simp Army. I don't think Scorn is actually going to be a good game. I have a feeling it's going to run mediocre. If we're going to give a Metacritic score very early, I'd say 73. But
Very specific.
well, I'm pulling that out of my behind. Not Scorn, because actually Scorn does look like something you could pull out your behind. That looks weird. Everything looks weird. It's very weird.
You should put that back.
Put it back. I'm scared to put that back. In the Miles, what would you say? Which game had the best looking gameplay?
The best looking gameplay. Okay. Now we're getting to the meat and potatoes here. Okay. I guess I would say for what I wanted and what I was excited to see, I thought the Halo Infinite multiplayer looked phenomenal.
Yeah, I was so sure you're gonna say Elden Ring again. I was gonna throw this.
We didn't see much for. I mean, the gameplay looked cool, but we didn't really see much. It was just little teases of like these are the fundamentals of it. But Halo Infinite showed you exactly the ridiculous stuff you're gonna be able to do with that grappling hook. That grappling hook gameplay. Every time they showed that in the game, I was like, yes, I want to get my hands on that. I want to use that. So I was honestly surprised and shocked by how well Halo showed. Because we all know what Halo is. We all know how Halo's going to feel. Then you see that grappling hook and you're like, oh, damn.
Ooh, I love me some grappling hooks.
They're going to completely change the fundamentals of Halo with a grappling hook, which...
It's amazing, isn't it? It's amazing that like a tried, tested formula like Halo with an audience that's so resistant a lot of the time to the most basic of changes. And then they boldly introduce something which is not exactly alien in games. I mean, every game seems to have a bloody grappling hook now. It's like crazy. But you're right, Miles. You're right. That grappling hook is the one that sticks with you. And the trailer's playing, and I just want to talk about Halo for longer just so I can keep watching it. It's so good, man. You know what? I'm with you there. Best looking gameplay by a country mile. And we've played Halo for years. Look at it, man.
You know it's impressive when Jez Corden, the infamous Halo hater, loved the dude. I hate his takes on Halo. Even he came out and was like, okay, the Halo multiplayer looks dope. That's how you know it landed in a big way.
Exactly. That's I don't know if he's a Halo hater. Jesse.
He's a Halo hater. He said Halo looks like Roblox, Halo sucks, all this.
But even he said it. I mean, look at it. All the Warhawk flipping through and then they just grappling hook into the plaything.
The new Banshee, the new just everything, the cluster rifle thing. How can you?
It's so good. This is it. The apex of Halo. 343. You did it. Shout out to over 100 people watching us. And just smash that like button. We're just gonna get into the source. Sick. Tell me what is the best gameplay of E3?
WarioWare.
Oh damn! Came out of nowhere. But that's WarioWare is.
I'm half joking. I'm half joking. WarioWare. No, honestly, the WarioWare is. Look, it's a crazy franchise. I don't know if you ever played them, but they are hilarious. They are, especially with a group of friends. Especially after, it's hilarious. It's like a couple of those and then woo. But the serious answer, I would say, Battlefield looked pretty impressive. That looked kind of crazy if you think about it, and it's got grappling hooks as well.
Yeah. What the hell?
Coincidence?
I don't know what it's
coincidence. I think not. Yeah, it's
trending on Twitter.
And Horizon has bloody things. Everything.
And Horizon has. But the Battlefield stuff looked pretty cool. What else had good gameplay? Yeah, I'll go with Battlefield, and then very, very closely followed by WarioWare.
I'm sorry. Very quickly, I realized I'm boiling in here. I thought the AC is on, but the hot air is actually recirculating because the pipe's falling down. Give me 1 second.
So while he's doing that, I'm going to assume that question's coming my way next.
Yes, it is. It is.
And for me, it's like, look, it's interesting that you chose those two because they both look really, really impressive. And for me, Battlefield 2042 looks more impressive than Halo Infinite, but Halo Infinite looks more fun. So Halo Infinite for the gameplay, it looks like it'll be.
Oh.
That'll be the one that I want to play.
Yeah,
Not the one that I
Battlefield.
want to
I
play.
was
There's a ton that I want to play, but you know. If I had
caught
to
off
choose.
guard by how good Battlefield looked because I went into the reveal expecting nothing. I was like, Battlefield, here we go again, one more time, and then they showed it. And I was like, okay, I'm in. Day one, let's go.
Sandstorm. Yeah, exactly.
It's crazy, man.
Oh man, it's like, and it's cross-gen as well. Like, and how they're pulling this off. Obviously, this is a high version. This is pre-alpha as well, and it's amazing, man. My head got $70 multiplayer only game. I hate this multiplayer only thing. Shut up! If it's a single player only, no one would bat an eyelid. Returnal.
It's kind of valid. Like a single player game, you know what you're paying for, you get it, you're done. A multiplayer game, you know what you're getting, and then you have to pay more and more and more and more. It's effectively a live service game. So I understand the criticism.
Oh, I hate you guys.
And so do you, because you play Apex Legends, which doesn't cost £70.
It doesn't. Yeah. But we'll talk about that later. We'll talk about that. Battlefield looked huge and epic, says Jigger. Yes, it did. It looks. It's just. I can't wait. When is this coming out again? Sorry, I keep forgetting the release date because if this is coming close to Halo,
end of October.
End of October? That's ridiculous because Halo's most likely coming out in November, right? Like mid-November. What's the Halo anniversary date?
15th is the anniversary.
15th.
Yeah, it's November 15th. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Oh man, that's so annoying because this is a game that you need to spend time playing. Which means, being the horrible person that I am and support anti-game practices, I will pay extra to play this game a week early because that's what Battlefield allows you to do, right? A week
Probably
early.
To be honest, it's probably what Halo's going to do as well, based on Forza Horizon. They're taking that.
Oh yeah,
dirty
the
route,
full
yeah.
early Ultimate Edition perk.
Yeah. Okay. RG Viper's called the Americanized version of the dates 11/15/21, which I assume is 15/11/2020.
Why are you guys
Correct
backwards
way.
now? What's wrong with you guys? Come on.
Yeah, come on, man.
Miles,
The
it's all about
American
winning.
way.
The American way.
God bless America.
Yeah.
You're
But-
goddamn right.
You're goddamn right. But yeah, no, there's a lot. There's a lot you can pick. You can't go wrong, man. Halo Infinite for me. But then I don't know, Battlefield as well. Halo Infinite. It has to be Halo Infinite. It just looks like a toy box, like sandbox. It's like everything, all the mechanics. Yeah, it's Halo Infinite. Halo for Infinite for me. What did you guys say? You guys said Battlefield quite a bit. Okay. How does Battlefield be on Game Pass? Still holding out hope, Stefan? Maybe. My head says I'm French. I don't care. Fair enough.
Okay, je ne sais pas.
Je ne sais pas. Best conference of E3, Miles.
Come on. Nintendo did do well. So at least there is some competition there. So I would say it's easily Xbox and Nintendo as the contenders for who had the best show. Overall, Xbox, hands down for me. Xbox did an incredible job of, even if you're not a hardcore Xbox fan, or even if Xbox isn't the only platform you have, they gave you a reason to get excited about Xbox, which was amazing, which is what they needed to do. Nintendo, if you only had a Switch as your console, that show was solid. If you have anything else, it was okay. Like, obviously, Breath of the Wild, huge. Metroid Dread was really cool to see. But Xbox was catering to everyone and anyone. And Nintendo was like, here's a bunch of games you've already played probably on another system, unless you only have a Switch. Shin Megami Tensei, cool. Not my vibe, but a lot of people were stoked about that. Advance Wars. So Nintendo had some great stuff to show. So I got to give them credit, because after Capcom, after Square, I was like, oh no. Like my excitement for Nintendo was just plummeting. I was like, oh dude, because Capcom in particular, I was not expecting to be that.
Right.
Oh my
8
God.
minutes of Ace Attorney? Who wants that? Who wants
Objection!
that?
I want that. And I don't.
That was way too much. But Xbox, the pacing was exactly what I wanted. Xbox did exactly what I know. People wanted the big Gatorade, get hype. They announced 5 acquisitions, all this stuff like that. No, they were showing you that Xbox does have games, and most of the games that are coming to Xbox are coming to Game Pass. And Xbox is the best deal in gaming. Xbox is the best platform, and Xbox just laid it on thick. It was this constant stream. I couldn't even mentally keep up with the show. There were so many games coming so fast, and I was like, oh my God. I don't know a single person who loves gaming and watched the Xbox show and said, I'm not interested in these. I don't want to play any of these. And I went on Twitter and I didn't see that. There was no one like the last showcase, like the last Xbox showcase, where people were dunking on it and saying Xbox has no games.
Yeah.
I did not see that at all because objectively, again, I prefer Xbox. I admit my Xbox bias, but objectively, they showed some cool ass games and lots of cool games.
Variety as well, isn't it?
So
100%.
Xbox, slam dunk, 9 out of 10.
Well said, Miles. Well said. Another clippable moment from Miles and his. Ooh, you sound like literally that Rick and Morty character. What is it? Ewy, Mr. What's his name? Ewy, guys. Who is that in Rick and Morty?
The blue guy, right?
The blue guy, no.
Mr. Meeseeks? No,
No, it's not Mr. Meeseeks.
No,
Mr. Meeseeks
I don't know. I don't
yellow
know.
things like a banana thing. I don't know what it is. But yeah, I have to agree with you. Viper XD makes a good point. You probably have those people blocked, Miles, so you probably didn't see them. Because I saw someone called Feces Gamer or something. He was really hating on it. I don't know what his name is. But yeah, he was hating on it. But of course he would. Mr. Poopy Butthole. No, I should have read that out loud. Is that the right one? Oh, maybe it was. It's Rick and Morty, right? I forget the name.
Well, that Birdman.
Birdman. Oh, Birdman's a G. But yeah, so A-Safe.
Refused.
Oh God. And that,
Imagine.
ladies and gentlemen, was the most cringe moment of E3 2021. What was who had the best conference? Safe.
Who you talking to, you son of a gun?
Yeah, you, Nintendo
Me?
fanboy.
The best conference, no, hands down, is Xbox. There's no. I mean, the others, even Nintendo wasn't as bad as I thought it would be, but it still was a Nintendo Direct. It was just kind of there's going to be a stupid few like ports of old games, and it's kind of a bit disappointing. But I wasn't surprised, so I wasn't that disappointed. You know what I mean? But hands down, Microsoft, they just smashed it completely. I mean, I was very pleasantly surprised with some of it. It matched my expectations, which was great, and it blew me away in some other aspects as well. Some of the games they have, and exactly like what Miles said, 100%, I agree with him. They got something for everyone. There's nice variety there. It's the best value for money. Game Pass is insane, guys. If you have an Xbox and you don't have Game Pass, please look yourself in the mirror. Have a word with yourself. Something's wrong. Okay, get Game Pass, sort your life out, and you will thank us. Okay, and you'll thank Microsoft and probably Phil Spencer as well. But just do it because it's just incredible value for money, and the choices they have. Yeah, easily Microsoft one, easily.
Yeah. Oh man, yeah. That's well said. Like, it's so nice to hear that finally, because Xbox has been really terrible with their E3 performances, in my opinion.
Yeah. In the past, exactly.
Yeah. So what do you guys think in chat? Ubisoft was kind of cringe. Oh, Ubisoft was super cringe.
Ubisoft is the legend of cringe, man. I love their presenters. Charlie from Friends, man. Where are you? Where's she gone?
Oh yeah, that was so weird.
Why was she hosting Ubisoft?
I know. I still, to this year, all these years later, I do not understand.
Maybe she's a gamer. I don't know, but she's Charlie from Friends to me.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Cosmic Pro. Oh, dude, has the Mission Impossible 2 shit was. I got mad South Park vibes. Yes, absolutely. You're gonna love the next one. Oh, it's gonna be insane. We might get banned. But yeah.
It was scary, so hang on.
Yeah, it is.
Everything's gonna be fine. So don't worry, we'll make you a new channel.
Make you a new channel, absolutely. You guys, okay, the time's flying. Issa, what was the question I was asking people? Sorry, I completely forgot. Yes, who had the best conference of E3?
Does it need to go over it from everyone? Like, it's Xbox, obviously, clearly
Xbox.
by distance. Nobody else turned up. Really?
Yeah, no one else turned up.
No, well, Devolver Digital was funny. Nintendo, sorry, but no, not for me. Everybody else, like, a worse tone of
yeah.
It's just how it went.
Yeah. Xbox, in my opinion, carried the show.
Let's do what they said. Let's do, like, the most disastrous game reveal. What was fucking awful? That was the next question.
Game
sorry,
reveal.
Yeah,
Oh,
That's
not
actually
the
the
worst
next-
show,
the next-
the worst game reveal. The one that showed up and you went, oh, that shouldn't have shown up.
Oh,
Oh, that's a very good one, actually. Yeah, Miles, you go first as I think about it.
I was gonna say the most ridiculous meme-worthy one of the entire showcase was like Strangers in Paradise or Strangers of Paradise Final Fantasy Origins. The ultimate
yeah.
like that leaked early, and I was like,
Chaos.
oh, sick. Team Ninja's making a like Souls-like Final Fantasy game. That sounds
Yeah.
dope. And then I saw the
On paper,
gameplay reveal, and I was
sounds
like,
good.
Jesus, the Final Fantasy Alpha Chad is what that should have been called. It's the dumbest. It's the dumbest thing I saw this year, and I saw a lot of dumb things this year. The Chaos meme is top tier. Absolutely love it. It reminds me of like Kingdom Hearts level dialogue. We need to kill Chaos, and I'm just like,
Oh my god, man.
How many
Chaos.
times did they say the word chaos in that trailer?
it had to be 30. It had to be 35.
Yeah, I think 30 something.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
That's
yeah.
mine. That's mine by a lot.
Oh man, that's definitely up there. Everyone actually in chat agrees. Tony says Breath of the Wild 2. You're a crazy person. But yeah, oh god, it's so bad, so bad. Was that meant to be intentional? Safe. What was your most cringe? What was whatever Ace's question?
What was the question? the worst
Reveal.
showing, worst reveal. I don't know. I want to say something in the Nintendo one. I'm just trying. I can't remember some of them. Some of them are like really, like shovelware, just like the kind of crap you see on the eShop, and it's always discounted because nobody cares about it. There's something on sale. There's something on sale for 1 penny. What?
Yeah.
Did you see that? That wasn't in the
No.
direct, but I'm just, I might buy it just because to see what the hell. But what was it? I'm trying to look at these things. I can't remember. There was some really, really generic looking stuff in the Nintendo conference.
Nintendo always has that kind of stuff.
They always got something shovelware-ish. I don't know. Guys in the comments, if you can help, I'm trying to remember what it was. It was like a cooking
That's like
thing.
90%
I want
of
to say.
the.
It's like most of it, yeah. And the thing is, a lot of it were like ports of older games. Like you got the Kakarot game, things that came out 1 or 2 years ago on the other consoles, and they're inevitably going to be inferior, like technologically inferior on the Switch. Unfortunately, the advantage is that it's handheld. Okay, cool. But if I'm going to play a game that's meant to be AAA, I want to play it in the best possible condition.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I was
So
thinking.
that's the Simple Army. That's Nintendo. I know, and what can I say?
Yeah.
But you gotta love them, man. You gotta love the tenacity of just not wanting to do what you want. So it's just
That's Nintendo.
that's Nintendo,
And they'll still
guys.
make you
Yeah.
pay for the stuff that.
And if you
say
try to play anything, that's not allowed, they'll just shut you down real quick. And they'll don't make any fan games.
Nintendo is the mafia. Nintendo is crazy.
They are seriously
man.
the
They do
Yakuza.
not care. They
Don't
and
even
it works.
stream their show, apparently,
Yeah.
was the thing. That
Yeah,
came
couldn't even
together.
stream the show.
That's
I
weird.
saw Samurai Kibiji did it. I don't know how, but he's probably going to get a copyright strike. But yeah, Asa, what you asked the question? You surely have an answer for this one.
It's Elder. No, it's that Chaos thing. It's clearly that Final
What?
Fantasy Origins game.
Yeah,
that was just awful. I've not seen a reveal that's made you go, no, take it back. Go away.
Yeah.
Come back in a couple of years when you've made something people want.
Better.
Please.
Yeah. I'm sorry, devs, but yeah, come on, guys. That's some PS2 era stuff. Pretty bad. Hey, Games Lord HRK, thank you so much for the super chat. HRK25, which I'll never figure out because even though I do, I always forget. But thank you so much because I tried to activate Game Pass on my PC, and there was an option to pay via mobile phone subscription. But in Croatia, and that's where it's from, I'll forget it next time because you're always kind enough to super chat. There is no Verizon. What do I do? Let me read that again so I know what you're asking. I tried to activate Game Pass on my PC and there was an option to pay via mobile, but in Croatia there is no Verizon. What do I do? I think you've asked this before, and there are issues about Microsoft's. It's a bit of a stumbling block on how to make these payments, and a lot of people don't have like the credit cards and stuff. I don't know the answer to that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry you paid to get that question answered, which it didn't get answered. I don't know what that is, but
There must be a way on the Microsoft website. There's a billing page.
There's a billing
must be
page. There's
something.
problems. There are problems. As I think Games Lord, I think you've discussed this on the website on GameOnDaily.com. You brought this
Yeah,
up.
I've got a feeling it is like a blocker of a problem, and people are getting around it by faking their region rather than actually having a way to pay. But
which is crazy for Microsoft in a time where it wants to open the, remove the barriers and stuff and make gaming available to everyone. And yet the most fundamental thing of parting away with their money, which you think they'd be really good at sorting out because they want that moolah. It's VPN, says Tony. Yes, but it's not the ideal situation, especially with like current, conversion rates and stuff. But I'm sorry, GameStop, I don't know what the answer is, but it's a good question. Microsoft have been ignoring you, I think, in that question as well. Worst game? The next question is going to be worst conference. But before we get into that, to answer your question, Asa, I think the worst game wasn't. The game looked semi-okay. Chaos, whatever the hell it's called. Yeah, I guess so. Is that what you're playing right now on screen? Keep it running. But my worst game was that game from Platinum.
What the hell was
Babylon.
that? That was a travesty.
Avalon, yeah.
Babylon.
Not Avalon.
Babylon's Fall. Babylon's Fall, yeah.
Oh my.
Babylon is bad, man. It was bad.
I partially agree. I want to cut that one a little slack because I think it really didn't come across well on stream. It's got this pastel art style that just looked like mush.
Yeah.
I wasn't impressed by it, but I'm still slightly more optimistic about it than I am about this Final Fantasy one.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the combat could be quite good in there.
I mean, the pedigree is really good. Platinum. I mean, come on.
Yeah, but then they also have.
They are a bit hit and miss sometimes, actually. Yeah.
Jacob, really? Thank you so much for the $4 super chat. You want to hear this? I say it all the time. I say it in the toilet. I say it when I'm making love, and I'm going to say it now. Sauce! There you go. And that's exactly how I do it in all 3 instances. But thank you so much for the $4 super chat. Worst conference of
confirm
E3.
all cases.
All cases, yeah.
I was there. I was there 3,000 years ago.
Miles, what was the worst conference at E3? There were quite a big give you to pick.
Okay, so I got to preface this by saying that I know, a lot of people spend a lot of time on this and people put a lot of energy into this. So there, people tried, didn't have a lot to show. I'm sure the pandemic affected what people could show and how they could show it. Obviously E3 was back. So as many publishers wanted to be there as possible to make this a big deal. I just think some publishers didn't really need to be there. They tried to have something like Capcom is going to be my kind of worst one, I think, because what they did with Resident Evil Village was so lame and such a cop-out. They basically started the Capcom showcase by saying, we're going to talk about Resident Evil Village. And they said, RE-verse is coming next. So they didn't even give us the courtesy of a release date. They just said, RE-verse is coming next month. And then they cut to a black screen that said, we literally just started development on Resident Evil DLC because we weren't going to make it, but it sold well, so now we're going to make it. And it was like, why? And then it cut to 8 minutes of Schnurlock Schlomes in Ace Attorney. I'm like, I'm sorry.
You put some respect on his name, man.
Schnurlock Schlomes or whatever it is. Again, Ace Attorney's not my vibe, obviously. I love Capcom, but yeah, that was one company where you didn't need to be there. You could have dropped some trailers, you could have dropped a blog post, and that would have been A-okay. The fans would have went towards it, and then the suckers like me wouldn't have sat through all of it, hoping for some kind of nugget. Because, so that's Capcom. Sadly, as much as it hurts me to say, I got to give the award to Capcom for the worst presser.
Yeah. I think you're right there, man. That was horrible. Horrible. To the point where that and a combination of some tech problems prompted us to cancel yesterday's live show. So we're going to talk about, because Capcom's show was absolute garbage. Sorry, Capcom. But gotta do better than that. Come on. I get it, pandemic and all that, but just don't bother if you're not going to. Yeah. Harsh. I'm so harsh sometimes. Safe. What was the worst conference of E3 2021?
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree with Miles. It's definitely for me the Capcom one. And it was personally disappointing because maybe it's my fault. I was expecting too much. I was hoping for some Resident Evil 8 content, DLC. They announced it, but I mean, you could have given us a bit more. And Reverse, nobody cares about Reverse, guys. No one's going to play it. It looks awful. And then they could have, I was really hoping for some nice surprises. Like personally, I don't know if anyone else in the comments, you can let us know if you've ever played this. Tatsunoko versus Capcom. This is a crossover fighting game on the Wii. It was exclusive on the Wii. It's really, really, really cool. It's got like anime characters versus Capcom characters, and I think, although it's quite niche, that would be a really nice revival to have like a remake of that or something. I was really overly ambitious on that one, so that was no way it doesn't happen. But it was very disappointing. No Resident Evil 4 remake. Not that surprised, but still, they had Street Fighter stuff, but it was like esports tournament talk, and I just really lost interest. All there was some like testosterone fueled guys fist bumping and stuff like that. There's websites for that. I don't need to watch that.
That sounded a bit wrong, but yeah.
No, that's what it is. Just like aggressive, like pro gamers just shouting at each other. Why? I don't want to see that. And then the funny thing, the presenter at the end goes, "Let's recap what we just saw." Recap what? Like, what? Why do you want to recap that? I just rewind it and watch Ace Attorney again. By the way, I'm a fan of the Ace Attorney series, but they went too far. They didn't need to do an in-depth game analysis of that game. There's not that much to it. It's a point-and-click, text-based thing mostly. It's really funny, really good game series, but they just went way too far with it. So many missed opportunities, and I don't care about Monster Hunter. So what? Yeah. Say something. So that's my take on it.
Yeah.
And no Capcom versus SNK 3? Come on. Or 4? Which number are we on? Imagine an SNK versus Capcom.
I don't even say Capcom versus SNK to me like that. Capcom versus SNK 2 will be one of the best.
Was one of the best.
PlayStation 2, right? Oh,
yeah,
man.
Yeah.
So good. PlayStation had proper backwards compatibility, maybe would be okay. But yeah, Jigger says most disappointing for me was no Legacy of Kain at E3. Legacy of Kain, man. Legendary game. There's so many good gems that can definitely be revived, and that was one of them. So yeah. Asa, what was the worst conference?
What's really weird is like we're not saying PlayStation. They weren't even there, and yet it wasn't the worst. And this is a conference that that Verizon were part of, and I don't know if you saw any of that. I saw a bit of that. It had like some mobile NFL game like that they were talking about, and they had, I assume it was an NFL player on stage. It said he played something safety. I don't know if that means like if that's a position in American football, or if he was like a medical security or something. I don't know what was going on. But worse than that was Koch Media.
I didn't remember that.
What the hell's that?
That was on the first day, maybe even the day before, I don't know, but they just had
it was on a Friday.
Like really less charismatic than me developers having conversations for the entirety of it, and it was like,
oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
That's bad.
That was the worst one. That was worse than, because at least Capcom was quite short.
Yeah, exactly. It was quite short, and that was the only saving grace about it. But yeah, you know what? That kind of wraps up a little saucy E3 recap. But really, it was E3 2021. It was all Xbox, and everyone's gonna let guess. Of course, you're gonna say that, but you don't know me because we really recently started doing this. But as Asa will tell you, I always rail on Xbox for doing that. So it's kind of surprising to me that Xbox carried E3, although Sony's is absent. So that's a big competitor that's not there. So it enables Microsoft to do well. But yeah, man, it's just like Xbox, thank you so much for being there. Otherwise, this month that we took time off work, we waited for, we were hyped up for weeks and weeks, could have been disastrous. I did not like Nintendo's show. I liked I like Prime Dread. What the hell is it called? Prime what?
Metroid Dread, man. You show some respect.
Sorry. Prime Dread. sorry, I don't show respect. I like that. I like Breath of the Wild 2 looks amazing to me because even though it's a tiny snippet of it, the music was there. There's something about those guys who make that game. I'm saying the water thing, and you go through the.
Yeah, you teleport through the ceiling and
teleport through the ceiling. There's weird music going la la. The music is weird. And it's all like really somber. I don't know what's going on.
Can you please do the soundtrack for Zelda? That would be amazing, guys.
Yeah, it's mad. It's mad. The Sim says Gaz needs some sleep. Always need sleep. But yeah, no, Nintendo that Breath of the Wild 2, but then it's so far away. We were expecting the Super Switch. Is that what you call it? Yeah, Super Switch.
I call it the Super Switch. I think they're probably going to call it something else, but.
Yeah,
guys, Super Switch, let's go.
Yeah, that sounds wicked. But yeah, so well done Xbox. I think that's ultimately it saved E3, and Jeff Keighley saved it for Miles, but everyone else in the same universe will say Xbox saved E3. No, I'm just kidding. I'm messing with you. Yeah, Elden Ring, and what was the other game that no one cares about? Well, about it now. The Walking Dead game.
Walking Dead game. Is that? Jesus.
What's it called?
Evil Dead.
Evil Dead the game. Throw some respect on it. Learn its name. Game of the Year 2021. All right. Get ready for it. Get ready to reap what you sow here. All right. Walking Dead the game. My God.
This is gonna come back and bite you in the ass.
Oh my God! And I'm a fraud. Walking Dead game. Yeah. I'm sorry. Evil Dead game devs. I'm not into the Evil Dead universe.
I don't think anyone under like 40 is, generally speaking, but
yeah. But
it's got a cult following though. But it's pretty cool that it's got a game though, because it's the film franchise actually is quite well liked by many people. So
yeah, it is.
It does look pretty cool, actually.
Yeah. Isla's like Walking Dead, Interstellar. Yeah, we're GameOnDaily. We've lost it. We're
professionals. We're professionals here.
E3's come to an end, but Microsoft's going to have some additional showings on Thursday. We'll get to see a little bit of extra showcases of. I don't know how much information we're going to get, because this is stuff they would normally keep for their main stuff. But there's Fable. No.
Ninja Theory is going to be there. They have confirmed that Ninja Theory is going to be there. I don't know what else, but it's going to be. It sounds like developer interviews, because it's hosted by Paris Lilly. Shout out to him.
Yeah. Shout out
He's
to Paris.
super stoked. I saw him in Seattle taking pics with Phil. I'm like, what's this?
Lucky son. Lucky.
And it turns out he was, working on this kind of Xbox Game Showcase Extended. So we might see some new stuff. We might see some new details, but it'll probably be behind the scenes. I don't imagine they're like, here's a gameplay trailer for Hellblade 2. We didn't put that at E3 for some reason because we held it for this thing on Thursday. So I don't think it's going to be that hype, but there might be some cool info on like what Compulsion's working on, what Ninja Theory's working on, and some cool fan service.
And that's we can't. That's excellent. A little bit extra there, so I can't really complain about that. We get to know a little bit more about these games that have been absent for a while, especially Ninja Hellblade 2, because that console was revealed with. But yeah, so ladies and gents in chat, I hope you enjoy the show. RG Viper, you're on to something, and that might be happening soon. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining the chat. Please smash that like button if you enjoyed the show. This is a quick brief, hyping it up and wrapping up E3, and who best to do it than these gentlemen's over here. We'll explain to you, Safe is part of the GameOnDaily family. He's been part of Game On for a while, and expect to see his face a lot more soon. He is a talented voice actor, talented Jason Schreier, talented a lot of things.
Oh, stop it.
But before we go ahead, let me have to do the outros. Miles, it's always great to have you. Honestly, if we were here, we'd be best buds. The synergy is off the charts. We like, just like they did the fusion. Let's not do it.
No, please don't.
Do a fusion like me and Asa, man.
He was like, please don't do. But yeah, honestly, it's lovely having you on, man. For all the 100 people still watching, tell them where they can find you. Although I'm sure they know who you are.
Oh yeah, no. Always a blast getting on, bathing in the sauce. I've been on here a few times. Always love it. If you want to send me memes, harass me about my bad Evil Dead takes, harass me about Elden Ring, whatever it might be. Or maybe you want to, give me props for being the only person with taste on this panel. You can hit me up at Twitter, just at Miles Dompierre, and then check out some of the stuff we're doing over on Windows Central Gaming for the video side of things. And short and sweet, that's it for me.
No, absolutely. Thanks so much, man. Always a pleasure to have you on. And I know we were supposed to have you on with the RDX crew, but you couldn't make it. But you double booked. That's on you. But
that's on me. Oopsie.
Yeah, but we can't wait to have you on again. And honestly, your content is great. Do check out their channel. Isla is lovely. I knew it before I even looked on the side. Isla's already pasted Miles' info. Thank you so much. Ooh-wee! And Safe.
Yes.
Tell people where they can find you, because I don't think the world has tapped into your genius as much. Also, by the way, guys, the Mission Impossible 2 voiceover was done in the by Safe, including Shuhei Yoshida and Jim Ryan's voice and Aaron Greenberg as well.
One line.
He had one line, and he didn't look like him, but we had to make sure that we said that. But there's a lot more to come from Safe. He's one of the funniest people I know on this planet.
Oh, thank you, man. Thank you. I really appreciate it.
And where can I find
I'm with GameOnDaily. I'm on Twitter, Virtuous Scimitar. You'll probably see it. I think Alice very kindly.
Done it already.
There it is. Yeah, she has. My YouTube channel doesn't have much on it at the moment, but please keep watching this space. And I look forward to working with the GameOnDaily team more and meeting all these other lovely guests that we bring on every now and then. Miles, pleasure to meet you, mate. And thank you very much, everyone in the comments as well. I've had a blast.
Yeah, absolutely. So has everyone. Safe is a man of many talents and faces. Yes, he is. Yeah, that's well said, Tony. Asa, how are you?
I'm so good, guys. I'm everywhere. No, I'm not. I'm just here every Saturday and whatever today is. And I have my own YouTube channel. It doesn't have much on it. I upload some fancy HDR stuff. I stream live on there most days of the week now that E3 is over. So you can drop by there and speak to me like any day of the week pretty much. And yeah, I'm always on here. It's all good.
Yeah, absolutely. Honestly, thank you so much. Asa makes the show run like clockwork. If it wasn't for him, it wouldn't exist. So yeah. Shout out to everyone. Please check out GameOnDaily.com. We've got new merch, Asa. I don't think it will bring it up because you're not that magician, but you've got something called Control, which is a nice new merch outfit. It looks dank. It's the antithesis to Source. No, it's not. It's for the discerning gamer, the Miles Dompierres of the world.
Ooh.
Yes. Who
gentlemen.
Who are gentlemen and gentle women. Is that? I don't know. Ladies. I'm such an idiot. Oh my god! Wow.
Lady.
And yeah, it's called Control. Check it out. GameOnDaily.store. You can buy the Source merch. You can get the Control stuff, and we've got more stuff because our merch. Believe it or not, we don't make much money off it because you spend so much on the design of things because that's for you. So it's something that you would actually want to wear. But the Control tee is really cool. Check it out. But yeah. You'll see me. I'm on RDX podcast in 45 minutes, so you can see me there on Dealer Gaming. Shout out to Dealer. He's an absolute legend. And yeah, please do check out GameOnDaily.com, the best gaming site in the world, along with Windows Central.
Oh, I was going to say, throw some respect on the name.
Respect given. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Please sign up. We've got a very good video coming out. Well, we've got loads of videos coming out this week. I've also got a Battlefield video coming out, which I think will get you hyped, which is almost done. We'll speak to you, ladies and gentlemen, soon. Peace out. Take care.